Oh, you know it's so much fun. I'm living on the island. I'm just basking in the sun.
Hey, Andy, give me a vodka. Is that your Camaro? It's gorgeous.
You know, I went to high school with Billy Joel.
I go to Hamptons on Friday night. I party hard till sunshine bright. Then I'm sitting in traffic on Sunday night. I'm living on an island. Yeah, living on Long Island. You know it's so much fun. I'm living on the island. I'm not hurting anyone. Let's live.
Hey there, Islanders. If you're going out to the beach, you better get an early start. Traffic is miserable.
Well, I'm coming of age, you know, Bethpage, trying to get down in Levittown, dancing in the dark and...
All right, hello. Hello, everybody. It's June 11th, 2024, and this is my husband, Benny Rizzuti, who's not on the ball fast enough.
What are you talking about? You're all over the friggin' place.
So we have
You're talking to people about sketches and about this. I'm
Listen,
like, we're gonna
I
got a
like
show.
my sketches.
Anyway,
You like your sketches?
As you're watching right now, this is the Gagootz show, and it's not the Truman Capote look-alike contest.
But we're trying.
But we're trying very hard.
We're trying, as you can see. But who wears it better? Come on, let's be serious. Who wears it better?
Whose hat is nicer looking?
Whose hat's nicer looking? Okay. All right. How much did you pay for yours?
I think $8 or $9. Costco.
74. I got roped into that one. But no, it's a better material. And
Yeah. Guess who handles the bills in the household?
Yeah, he does. If I handled the bills, we'd be living here.
Yeah, we're living in the backyard.
Living in the backyard.
In the back in a refrigerator box.
Yes. Okay, so you want to...
Wait a minute. No. Let's say hello to everybody.
I said hello.
Welcome to the Gagootz show.
Hello.
You want to mention our guests? We have guests.
Oh, we always have guests. Okay, we do have guests today, and if you didn't see the advertisement that I posted everywhere on social media, then what's the matter with you? However, we have Anita Starlight, who also, that's her stage name, okay? And she is a singer, actor, performer that has been performing all around Long Island and in so many, like Sergio's, some really nice restaurants and stuff. And we'll have things up showing where she's going to be.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
You know, she's done a lot of things for me. She's been on the show before. She's dynamite. And we have Les Deegan.
Les Deegan. And we have nothing else to say about him.
No, let me tell you, Les Deegan was on the Best of Long Island, was nominated the funniest senior comedian on Long Island.
Really? We'll find out when
2024.
And he ran one of the greatest open mics in Belmore, the Belmore Bean.
He did.
Which it was a casualty of COVID casualty that the Bean closed.
Yeah, okay. It's a COVID casualty. Anyway, and they also are two of the performers in the 4 performing act for, yeah, that makes, I know what I'm talking about.
I used to actually be an intelligent person.
Until he married me 13 years ago. But anyway, so go ahead.
They are part of an act called the Retirement Village People. And we will discuss that more when they come on.
Yes, we will.
We will. And we'll talk about who. There are 2 other members of it. We have pictures of that as well.
Yes, 2 other members of the band are in that.
And they're touring. I think they're opening for Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, they're touring.
He's dead. Well, that's why.
Touring. They're touring. It's called the Retirement. They're above ground, these people.
They're opening for...
They're not dead yet.
For the Grateful Living.
For the Grateful Living, yes. Anyway, there was something special you wanted to tell everybody.
Yes, there is something special I want to tell everybody. For those of you that have followed the Gagootz show back, way back when we were doing the Gagootz show, we used to have a video contest. It was a contest of amateur videos. You submit a video, 2 minutes or less. I'd like to bring it back, but not a video of doing stand-up comedy. It could be a comedy video. It could be anything interesting, an interesting video.
You know, like America's Funniest Video Show?
Yeah,
which is the best
like that,
way to
but
compare
different.
it. No, not like that, but different. Well, different because you can actually you can make it up. With that show, it has to be something that it happened. Whoa, let's do a vid. It accidentally happened. You can make it happen on purpose. I'm just saying with that kind of a show.
Anyway, yes.
Something of that nature.
So I would like the video contest. If you're interested in it, you can look us up on Facebook. You can contact me. Message Benny Rizzuti on Facebook about it. I'll give you the details. The last time we did it, the prize was $50, and we gave out a few other things.
And you come on the show.
And you come on the show. So I'd like to bring the video contest back.
But if it was $50, how many years ago? Aren't you going to?
I know. Yeah.
Something?
See, what did I tell you about finances?
So
it'll probably be more than $50 now. Maybe.
It will.
Maybe
it will.
51.
It'll be at least $60 as a grand prize. All right, give them a little reason to do it.
All right,
and it'll be shown on the show, and might be shown on a couple of. Well, I'll post it all over social media. There you go.
Yeah, and we had a couple of great winners way back when. We had some. We had a lot of great entries, and
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
I wasn't. I was behind the scenes.
No, you were there when we gave the first winner came.
I did.
Yes.
I was.
Yes, it
Who
was
it?
Andy Julia. You remember Andy Julia from?
Oh, Andy Julia.
And he made a great video with with the guy they used to call him El Paso, Texas, whatever his name was. Jay.
Yeah.
Jay El Paso.
I've got to look them up.
Yeah, we'll have to look 10 years ago.
I have to look you guys up for sure.
All right. Anyway,
that's it. Our time.
That's it. Our time is up. If you're interested, contact me.
We have other things to do, but besides talking about this.
Yeah, we didn't do a lot
We didn't do anything. We didn't go anywhere.
The next show, we do the show twice a month.
Right.
The next show, we also going to have some great guests, and we're going to actually do a few things we will talk about.
Right. But tonight, let's focus on Anita and Les, and let's show everybody who they are. What, do you have something important?
No, I guess not.
So, okay, Bobby, let's roll some of the pictures that I sent you.
The video.
Oh, I'm sorry. Bobby, go to the video. Whoop, I'm an idiot.
I'm proud to live in this great free country, and I'm proud of our commitment to free speech, and I'm proud of our country's commitment to protecting the rights of its citizens to work and live free from bigotry and violence. That's why I was amazed to discover that many people die each year in anti-gay attacks, and thousands more are left scarred emotionally and physically. Bigotry has no place in this great nation, and violence has no place in this world, but it happens. Prejudice hurts, kills. Please don't be a part of it.
I think we're back. And we're back. Hey, everybody, we're back with our two very special, wonderful guests. This is Anita Starlight, and this is Les Deegan. Now, Les, this is the first time you're on the show, right?
This is the first time I'm on this Gagootz show. I was on the Gagootz show back in 1947. The first time you did the Gagootz show.
When we had a crank camera.
7.
Yeah. The camera was a crank back then.
Right.
The flickering lights.
It's nice to be back.
Flickering lights. I'm like 1947. Wait a minute. I wasn't even born yet.
No, he was on the original Gagootz show, first season of the original.
In Deer Park.
In Deer Park, right.
And Madhouse.
And Anita was on after I nicely got rid of my two co-hosts. I got rid of them. I started the Benny Rizzuti show for a short while. And Anita was...
rid of them? What a way to put it. I got rid of them. He didn't get rid of you guys. He just asked you to leave. No. Nicely. It was nicely.
He knew some guys that could do some things.
Good stuff. They would do some things.
Is that what happened?
And I was on the show.
And it was on the show.
Did the Gagootz, the original Gagootz show, almost 2 years. And it was time to end it.
Okay.
It was time. It had run its course. And then I did the Benny Rizzuti show for a while. And you may have been on that one, too.
I know I was on.
Yeah,
more
you
than
were.
once.
You were on when you came back, and it was just I was the only host.
Was it your show that I came on and me, Mr. Family Guy, called Tim Thompson a douche?
Yeah, that was the Gagootz show.
that-
Yeah.
Tim, if you're watching,
He's not.
show business.
He's not. He's not watching.
But that was it. I'm
Yeah,
not
that was
right?
the first time you were on a Gagootz show.
Right,
yeah.
right. That was the last time.
And then
too. calling guests.
Well, you were supposed to be on, but then we had that like rain, snow thing. We had to cancel the show, and
Right.
and you guys were really super busy, so but we did it, But Anita has been co-host. She's co-hosted with you.
Yes.
Really?
Look at he don't even freaking remember. She co-hosted with you.
I had her come on because she had a great laugh, and she was sitting. One show she didn't even come on screen. One
That's
show
right.
she just sat on,
I was the unknown laugher.
and she laughed during the
I
whole
was the
show.
unknown. He said, "I want you to come and just stay to the side and laugh." And so my job was to just.
Oh, she's the best.
She does have
Anita's the best.
Yeah, I laughed.
Yeah,
And that's
no,
what-
she is the best.
So anyway, so
Hire her
I
for
can
her
tell you
voice.
stories about that too.
all right, that's the
Tell you
past.
stories.
Yeah,
Now
hire
let's
her.
talk about the present.
Okay.
Both of you are part of a group called the Retirement Village People.
Yes.
And our shows are also under, we call it our Escape from the Gated Community Tour.
That's right.
Oh,
I
cool!
like that.
And we have a few pictures we're going to show of.
Okay.
No, we have such a great time with the Retirement Village people. For those of you who don't know, Stevie GB and Joe Gellish started the Retirement Village people. I don't know, maybe
Yeah, there's a picture of you.
maybe
Yeah.
maybe 8 years ago when they were originally a duet. And they decided, thankfully, because
Yes.
we're glad to be a part of it,
Oh,
to expand into a foursome. And we have such a good time. We do original song parodies of classic rock, pop, and show tunes from the 60s and the 70s that reflect, getting older, medical issues, retirement, and we have an
It's
absolute
hilarious.
blast.
I
Yeah,
saw
Nancy
it.
saw it.
I saw it one time. You didn't know I was there, but I saw it another time when you knew I was there. That was just the three of you. That was in the Gateway Hotel downstairs. Remember?
Oh, you know what that was? I had plans already that weekend.
And you couldn't be
And
there.
I couldn't do it, and I said, "Don't cancel the gig.
Yeah,
just do the gig." So
I mean, it's a long time ago, but
Yeah.
that's when he just started out doing
Yeah.
it, and it was hilarious then. So now, since you've been together so long and done so much more practicing, it's got to be the best. It's
We
really
love
got to
it.
be
I'm
amazing.
I'm honored to be asked to work with all these talented
I
people.
know, they're
really.
very- I
And now your name, you have different names for. So your
Oh, we
name.
have special names for the group.
but I'm less young. Get it?
and-
Wait, and at Christmas time, because he's a Jew, tell me your name. Les Christmas.
I'm less Christmas.
Les Christmas.
That's right.
Let's-
And Anita is
I'm Anita Knapp.
Anita Knapp.
Anita
Anita
Knapp.
Knapp.
I need a nap. I
And-
love
Yeah,
it.
Anita Knapp.
Stevie is Monty Belligerent, and Joe is Cranky Carmichael.
So they're cranky and belligerent.
I love it.
That's right.
I love it.
I
And now
wanna see it.
it's become a really tight 90-minute show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do close to, I think, like 30 numbers.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
Beatles, Rolling Stones, Bob Dylan, Broadway shows, Cats, Fiddler on the Roof.
Yep.
Oh, I've got to
so
make a show.
Neil Young, Paul Simon, Barry Manilow.
Yeah.
It's
That's great. And to tell you, I joined this group, senior citizens on Long Island.
Yes.
There's a Facebook group. Someone posts on there. I went and saw these guys. They were great. You got to go see the Retirement Village people.
I saw that.
And yeah,
We have groupies already in here.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
They come to the same show. Do you remember me? I saw you in Northport. I'm back. I'm back. Oh yeah, sure. I have no idea who this woman is.
And there are certain parts of the show that we know certain lines they're gonna, and if I'm not on and there's a certain thing that he does, and it's just going to get them. And so I'll be back there with Stevie G being like, there they go, There's just certain things where it's a given that they're going to react to it,
Yeah.
and we
Right.
wait for it. It's like, yeah, they got it.
Oh my
All right,
God,
so-
that's so funny.
Since I never saw the show, so it's like the four of you come out together, and
In
then
the
you
beginning,
take
we come
do you
out
take
together.
turns, individual.
Well, yeah, we do
Yeah.
that as well. We come out all together, and then some of us leave, and Joe is there all the time because he
He's the
Like-
he's the orchestra.
Okay.
he tickles the ivories.
Yeah.
Right.
We have
And
we
then
have we have
Stevie
numbers
does
with the four of
jokes.
us. Then we have solos. We have duets.
Yeah.
So it's really
That's
like it's
nice,
like a
yeah.
Broadway show.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
but an
for sure.
operetta.
Right.
You know,
Stevie
with,
doesn't do straight stand up with this.
Oh, he
no,
doesn't?
he's singing.
Oh, he's singing?
He's
Yeah.
singing.
Look at-
Stevie's got a great voice, by the way.
He actually
Does he?
does. Yeah.
He really he loves it when he
When he has to.
and don't let this get to your head, Stevie.
Oh, he
but
will.
you're good.
We do a Sonny
And I know
Cher
he's
thing
watching.
together.
I know he's watching.
Yeah, I know he's
because he
watching.
told me to say all these things.
No, I talked to him about all this before the show
Yeah.
even started, and I said, well, no, we're talking about it. We are talking about it because it's a fantastic
it's-
show.
Yeah, people
and
love
for
it.
senior citizens, we're senior citizens, so anything the senior citizens
Oh,
do
yeah.
and stuff like that, I'm more than 110% for.
Yeah, because it's getting
You know?
tougher to go to like concerts for senior citizens and
And
do
they go
movies.
you go to the libraries, right?
Yep.
Yeah, libraries are our bread and butter, but we have a. Can I tell?
Yeah.
On was it Saturday? No, Friday, the June 20th. We're at the
No,
Samantha's.
Friday is the 21st.
Friday's the 21st. We're at the Samantha's Little Bit of Heaven in the East North, but that's a squeaky clean version.
Yes.
We're really family friendly, but there are some things we can't do in a squeaky clean venue. And then on Sunday, the following Sunday, we're at the Knights of Columbus in Patchogue.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
And
Okay.
then we have we're back for the second time on July. Is it
30th?
The 15th.
the 15th?
We're
The
at
One
One
Tour
Tour.
Library outdoors. Their summer concert series.
oh, nice.
Oh.
Second time back that we were
Yeah.
there in November.
There it is,
and
guys. I have you.
Ah.
all
Oh,
the
there's,
stuff up there.
Oh, that's,
That's-
me doing my Barbara.
That's a show that you do, Barbara Streisand.
Yes, I do Barbara. Hello, gorgeous.
she's terrific as Barbara.
Oh,
Folks,
thank you.
Anita is like butter.
Like butter. Like butter, honey. She's just
What
like
does that
butter.
mean?
And like
Well, it's
butter.
something that Barbara Streisand.
That's Streisand
Oh,
says
but-
it. That's
He's
like
not a
butter.
fan. He
Wasn't there?
doesn't-
There's was it Saturday Night Live? One of the characters used to
Yes.
do like you like butter.
Yep.
I don't know who that. I forget who it was.
I don't remember which one it was, but she did that. Janice Massetti also does a little thing of her in her comedy routine.
Okay.
She does Barbara Streisand, and she does. A whole
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
like
she
that.
does this right.
Yeah, she's good at that too. But she doesn't. Well, she sings, but I don't. You know,
I'm
you don't
actu-
sing like her. I'm sorry, don't. You
I'm
know, I love
actually opening up for Barbara Streisand on June. Is it June 30th?
He doesn't know.
No,
That's
27th. I'm like
Just
terrible with
throwing
dates.
Oh, boy.
June 33rd, I
For a
believe.
guy with such a big mouth, I should keep a calendar.
Oh, no.
June
Wait a minute.
32nd.
June what?
It's
June
the last
36th.
Saturday in June.
32nd of
And
June.
That's
That's the
another one.
29th.
Then you're
June
gonna be
29th at Sergio's in
That's what he said. He said
Massapequa.
June 29th.
That's right. I will be hosting, and for Barbara Streisand and
Charlie Gange.
Charlie Gange is Frank
doing
Sinatra. So I've always
Sinatra.
wanted to work with Barbara and Sinatra. So dreams do come true.
There
And
you
now-
go.
And
Okay,
Butera's
so-
show.
Your opening, are you going to be singing or are you going to be doing stand-up?
Well, I'll
Because-
probably open up as a comedian, but I'll do a couple of songs.
So, yeah, the one
Always.
thing about Les
It'll be a
Deegan-
nice variety show.
For those of you that don't know, Les Deegan, sometimes you have an act, you have a stand-up act,
Right.
but you also have an act of singing. You also just sing.
Absolutely. I
singer.
was at the old Bethpage Senior Center today for an hour, belting out tunes.
Sing it away.
Sing
Oh
away.
yes.
Yep, he does. And
Now-
you're going to be at the art. They're going to also be at John Butera's show. You're going to be.
Right. That's a stand-up comedy show. That's
Right.
on Saturday night.
Yeah, I think they just showed
At
that.
the what is it? The Sunny Beach Club, Atlantic Beach Club, something like that.
Yeah,
In
there it
Atlantic
is,
Beach?
right
Oh,
there,
there it
folks.
is. It's on the flyer.
There you
June
go.
15th. I actually
know
knew
where
June
to go.
15th without the flyer because I'm very good with dates.
Yeah.
And you can always freeze it. I'll have those posted in comments
God.
when I get home. They'll be posted in comments of all the places and things you guys are going to be doing. You know. But they also did fundraiser for me back in the day too, right, for the vets.
Well, that was at the Joey Petrone
Petroni.
was the.
He was the MC, the guy that did the.
Oh, that's right. Well, I forgot all about that. That
DJ,
was,
He was
DJ.
a DJ.
that was a fun show. It was also they were like it's like a game night too, wasn't it? It was like a Las Vegas type of thing.
Oh, yeah,
Beforehand,
right,
people
yes.
were betting and
Yeah,
everything.
it was
and,
for my
Yeah, what are they,
union.
Monte Carlo night? What are they
it was a
called?
Monte Carlo
Yeah.
night.
Yeah, it was for my union. It was for the Long
Right off
Island
the
vets.
expressway.
You were there.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
she was singing. Oh yeah. No,
And you had that one magician that went around. That one day you
Oh
want to
yeah,
get him.
he was terrific.
he wants to be on the show. I forgot that. I have to
We'd
tell
love
you
to
that.
have him on.
He was terrific.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
cool. He's
right
really.
right in front of you. He's doing
Who's the
all this
magician?
sleight of
So
hand.
he bends. He's.
I don't
he doesn't
remember
like
his
to
name.
be called a
He's-
magician. He likes to be called a mentalist
He's a-
because he bends.
He has a fork bending.
Right.
He's holding it, and the
I
fork
mean,
is
you can
bending.
give him a
It's
fork
like-
off the table, okay? And I mean,
Yeah.
he's got them in his pockets, and he will
used to know his name.
bend it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't
Unbelievable.
remember his name either, right?
Yeah.
How
Well, I
bad
did
am
for the
I?
longest time. And I can't
But
say-
and then he's a great guy, and I'll tell you something. I hadn't met him before, and I've met him through Nancy. We went to they had like a magic in Westbury at the Westbury
Music fair.
Music Fair, which
Yeah,
we
yeah,
call
yeah,
it that,
yeah.
but it's not really.
it's kind of reverted back to that.
All right.
It's
Anyway,
got
the
smart.
Westbury
Yeah.
Music
Good.
Fair, they had this big magic show of different magicians
Which
with
was really good.
disappearing and
Oh.
cutting people
Yeah, it
in
was really
half.
good.
All that. Before the show, that magician that Nancy knows is walking around through the whole audience doing
Doing
his
his
little
thing.
Yeah,
tricks.
it's called close-up magic,
Yeah.
where he
Yeah.
they do like cocktail hours and,
And,
Like
and he
that.
Right.
recognized
And-
me. I didn't recognize him.
Oh wow.
You know, and he's like, "Oh, Nancy, how are you?" And I'm like, "Oh my God."
I recognize him.
You know, it's like, "Oh, how are you?"
Oh, my
And,
God.
oh my God!
And it
I
was
can't
that was a
believe it.
great show at Westbury. I hope they do
Yeah.
bring that back again.
Yeah.
When they-
I love magicians, and magicians have a code. I have some like very good friends of mine that are magicians. They will not tell you how they do a trick.
Oh no. No.
They
No.
will not tell you how
Bob
they.
Baker, who's your performer?
Well, yeah, Bob's a very good friend of mine. Bob is going to be working with me on October 26th at the Glen Cove Library.
Ooh.
I'd love to have him on
Bob,
the show.
Bob, I know for years. He's a ventriloquist, a comedian, and also he's a mentalist and a magician. He does this thing where he puts like 10 razor blades in his mouth,
Oh,
yeah.
and he puts a long string, and then in a comedic way, at the end of the trick,
pulls them all.
Oh
out.
my
all the
God.
razor blade and.
Bob, I'd love to have you on the show, honey.
I've seen Bob.
Does
You
he have his
listening?
tongue split down the middle? That
Bob,
it's
look, he's
busy
sitting at home now with like bleeding lips because he's trying
Oh
the
my
trick.
God.
Anyway,
Wow.
and you know,
That's
Yeah, no, I've seen that.
amazing.
I've seen that.
That's
act.
amazing.
I like
I
a
know,
good.
right?
Just thinking
No, I
about
want to
it.
see. No, I gotta see
he
that
once
now.
did this trick. He has a character named Zoltan, which is like I guess after like in the movie Big, the fortune teller.
Right, yeah.
Oh,
It's so
yeah.
funny. It's a
Oh,
very
yeah, yeah,
intricate
yeah.
dummy that it's like a guy with a turban, and he makes him talk. It's his dummy, and he's got like a thick Jewish accent. Hello, Bob, I'm Zoltan. All right, and he does this thing where you pick someone out of the audience and you give him a book, just a book, just a regular book, and you go pick a word out of the book. So I happened to be the opening act, and he said, would you like to do it? I go, sure. So I go to the book, I pick a word, all right. You know how many words are in that book? It was a novel. And but through Zoltan to make it funny that the old Jewish guy with the turban
Right.
came up with the word.
Wow.
So it's how do you I wasn't in. So after the show, I said, I know you're not going to tell me. He goes, no, I'm not.
No, they
I said, it's probably something simple, right? He goes, not so simple. But anyway, I'm
They're not
talking
gonna tell
too
you.
much.
No,
They're not
that's
gonna
what
tell
you're
you,
supposed to
yeah.
be doing is talking.
Oh, okay. All right, that's why
It's
you're
a
paying.
talk show.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
right.
Talk away,
we've
baby.
had a problem with some shows where after the show, Nancy will like, we talked to each other, but we didn't even interview anybody.
Oh.
Oh gosh.
Well,
No,
we had
okay.
Eric Hoft and oh my God,
Evan Weiss.
Evan Weiss. who I
Evan
know
Weiss.
since he's like in his 20s, and they were interviewing us. It was just so funny. It was so funny. I'm like, yeah, go ahead, ask me whatever you want. I don't care,
Okay.
you know. But no,
But
You guys have been around a long. You're like Long Island's #1 like show business couple.
yeah, we are actually
Really? Get outta
actually,
here.
if they had a category in Best of Long Island for senior citizens that do a comedy talk show, we are the only ones that do.
You'd have that category.
There
Number
it is.
one.
We
Top
would
of the
win.
list.
We'd win that. So
We're-
somebody
I
vote
love
us in so we can win it. 'cause
yeah, number
we would
one,
win.
That's right.
Yeah.
number one bullshitting,
Bullshitting couple.
bullshitting senior
Senior
citizen couple. Yeah.
comedy couple. I mean, it's true. You know? But I've only been doing this part of it, and he's had the show for almost 11 years, off and on with make changes.
With other shows, I had Benny
and I
TV
kept
for a
saying
while.
to him, go back to the Gagootz show. It was a hit. Go back. No, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try that. And then he tried it with Ryan, our son.
Our son Ryan, I did a
And-
show with him for a
Yeah,
while.
yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I said, no, it's got to be the. And everybody started saying, bring the Gagootz show back. Bring the Gagootz
Where the
show
Gagootz?
back."
Come on, where the
Actually, I
Gagootz?
remember Ryan was on the show. As a matter of fact, now I can't believe it. He's the one that told me to call Tim Thompson a douche.
Oh, blame my
Oh, it's
son.
Ryan that did it. It's
Yeah.
Ryan's fault. I had nothing to do with it.
Blame my son now. Yeah.
Ryan made me do it.
Ryan had nothing
Ryan.
to do with
How is he
that.
doing, by the way?
He's doing great.
He's doing very well.
Doing
Excellent.
stand up in the city.
Nice.
He's starting out.
Yeah, he's
you know.
doing stand up. Also, he went to college for television and film.
Right.
So
right,
he's
right.
doing that. He's doing
Good.
videos for different companies, for construction companies, and different
Real
roofing,
estate.
real estate.
Right.
So like
things.
when you go online and you look at a house and you see there's a drone that travels and shows you all the rooms, that Ryan puts those videos
Oh,
together.
Some of them have been on News 12,
Terrific.
you know, stuff. So he's doing all right. And he
Yeah.
just started dabbling into comedy. I can't imagine why
where
he'd
he
go
got
that
that from.
direction. Yeah, I have no idea.
He grew up around comics. He
Yeah,
says it. He
he's-
grew
he
up
was
around them.
raised in the comedy industry, you know. So he's been just doing open mics, but he likes to go in the city and do it. He doesn't, you know. So he says it's so much better. And he was in Janice Massetti's
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
did that
yesterday.
yesterday.
But let's be honest. The Long Island, outside of the one you had in the Bean, was a really good open
Yeah,
mic.
thank you. I
But
appreciate
Yeah,
it.
that was good.
It was, and I drove all the way from Islip to Belmore for that. But a lot of the open mics nowadays are depressing. There's people that go up that shouldn't even be going up. They're going up and they're talking about. It's like they need therapy. I even tell them afterwards, you need
Well,
therapy.
that's
Well, all comedians.
No,
need
you
therapy.
know, that's
what the
what-
hell are you talking
No,
about?
because if you're
Isn't that why we
up
go
on
up?
stage with the microphone,
okay.
your goal is to entertain.
Right.
Well, even if you're not funny, be interesting. Entertain. That's why you're up there, to entertain. Not to tell everybody that you have 2 penises and 3 testicles. Or,
Who's that? I'd like to see that.
yeah,
Benny, that's it.
Well,
Folks, don't stop going to open mics. It's not that depressing.
No.
No,
Where's that,
there's some
where's that
people-
guy
it's-
performing
Yeah.
next?
She
I
wasn't
know
doing-
it's
Because I'm going to be in the audience and say, prove it!
it's actually part of the charm of the open mic experience.
Back in the 80s, when I first got exposed to the Long Island comedy scene.
Who exposed
okay?
themselves to you? Tell us.
A few of them.
Okay.
They're headliners now. They were just head cases, now they're headliners.
Well, you
So-
see?
So anyway, back then, a lot of the open mics were in a club, in the comedy clubs, during the week, like Tuesday,
Right.
Wednesday, right, and then on Thursday you got the better comics, and then Sunday you know would be you never know, but everybody who went to an open mic back then, there were some people who weren't that good and didn't realize it, but you all went like you were auditioning. Now they go and they're dressed like bums. Sometimes they're wearing clothes that they slept in for a week.
Well, maybe
And they've got notes. And I've seen people doing the same joke for 4 years, but because they're reading it from the note, they forget the punchline.
Oh, no.
You see,
Right?
He's picking out specifics.
I'm
Silent partner. I'm talking to my silent partner over there. Do you agree? Yes or no? Yes.
I'm gonna take a different viewpoint.
Yeah. Okay.
Of that whole thing.
Please.
It's part of the.
You're awful handy.
Save the show.
It's part of the. Well, the Italians and Jews. If you chop off our hands, we'd be like Marcel.
Right.
You couldn't hear us talk.
We'd be mutes.
The open mic experience is it's that anybody who wants to get up and try to be a comedian can get up. So it's a fine blend of serious people that are trying to work out stuff and really taking themselves and trying to fine tune whatever.
Okay.
For a show. People that are just I always wanted to do this. So there's all the newbies that are trying to it's all like self-serving. They're trying to follow their dreams. And yes, there are people that show up to do this that are just like, who are these people?
Right.
They're off the charts. They're not they're not telling jokes. But the nature of the open mic is this mishmash.
You don't know what you're gonna get.
All right, but
It's like a box of
Some
chocolate.
mics.
Yes.
You never know what you're gonna get.
Some mics are better than others, though. Sure.
And the Belmore Bean just seemed to be a great mic, even though there was one time the Sicilian man that came in and wanted to punch me out.
God. You want to tell the
that
story?
was the story.
What? All right, it was a couple of days before New Year's,
Right.
New Year's Eve, and so Nancy never. I had been to the Belmore Bean a few times. Nancy never went. It's a nice It was a beautiful coffee house. People walk in and out while you're doing the show. So Nancy comes with me. She never met Les then. I think that was the first time you met Les.
No.
And John Santo. John
know.
Santo was there, and a whole bunch of comics were there. So, if you've seen any of my material, I do. I'm on my way to Brooklyn. I got to pick up a few of my relatives that were in the Sicilian parade. Maybe you saw them on the news. And I take my suit jacket and I put it over my head like you see, the. Or
Right, like you don't want to be seen.
Yeah, people who are arrested and you see them, and that joke actually happened because when I was bartending, they showed like some Italian gangsters getting taken away covering themselves. And I said, "Look,
God.
it's a Sicilian parade." So I made a whole big thing. I did the Sicilian parade, a mafia fashion show, and then I did some jokes. The old Sicilian saying, "You can't pick your family unless they're in a lineup." All of a sudden, some guy starts cursing me out. I can't believe what you're saying about Sicilian people and all.
The Italians.
And you put what you're saying is like calling a black person the N-word. That's what he said to me.
Like what an analogy.
Yeah, and he flipped out. So I tried talking to him. I'm like, "Sir, excuse me, I used to say, you're damn right, I'm Sicilian." He's going nuts. So anyway, Nancy got on the phone and showed him 911. I'm about to call 911. I said to Les, this guy was carrying on so much. I said, Les, I can't even talk. So I went off. This guy ranted for a few minutes, and then he left. He disappeared because Nancy threatened to call the cops. And he disappeared. And then I said, "Okay, Les." And then Les got back on the mic and brought me up a second time. And John Santo, who does a whole Sopranos bit,
he's
right?
so talented.
He was saying, I don't know how he says, if I was in my if I was in my Tony Soprano voice doing it, I would say, "You just sit down and shut the fuck up," like that. He said, but Santo sat there during the rest of my set, and he sat right in front of me, like where Les is, to make sure nobody
He
was
would do it. I'm gonna guard you
He
now.
was your
Because-
security.
because
yeah,
everybody,
yeah.
when I do stand up and like family and friends come to see me, there's a few bits that they're always like, you got to do the Sicilian parade.
Right.
You have to do
They
that
love
one,
it.
and you have to do the Italian map. The Italians giving directions. I must do those.
Yeah, it's just a harmless ethnic stereotypical joke, and it set this guy off. And if you remember right, it was right before New Year's, and it was because everybody was on students were on vacation. The place was packed.
Yeah.
Even my wife came with
Your
a couple of
wife was
friends.
there. Yeah.
And it was like this small. I thought he was going to come back.
Yeah, we did.
And
He was
start
gonna come back
shooting up the
shooting.
place.
Ugh.
Yeah, he
I was
flipped
keeping-
out on
I was
That's
keeping a
creepy.
lookout. Then I saw him get in his car and take off. And didn't he have his son with him too? I think.
Yeah, he had a couple of kids with him.
Yeah.
Oh, that,
Yeah,
they left
I
too.
don't-
But
Like,
but
oh,
anyway,
boy.
outside of that incident, that was a great open mic.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun, and there it was good. But there was some, I don't know, maybe there are some people that I see them and I'm like, yeah, you got potential. You work on it. You got potential. You're trying. Maybe they'll look at their notes just briefly, but the people who I've seen, people who start telling the joke, and then they have to go and read the note because they forgot the punch. How could you forget your punchline?
They get nervous. They
Happens
get
to the best of
nervous.
us. Yeah, but
honey.
But they're doing it, Nancy.
Honey, they get nervous and they're young or they're old and they just, you get these mind farts. We get
No.
mind farts.
No, but you know what? You become reliant. It becomes a crutch. The notes become a crutch. And then you don't memorize. You have to memorize. You have to just write down. Okay, I'm doing this joke, that one.
So then when you see that, you tell them, listen, Rich Walker's got a place that he can help you out. Go to see Rich Walker. He will teach you comedy and help you learn what you should and should not do. End of story.
Yeah, you have to start somewhere. I was talking
Yeah.
to Anita about this thing. Anita not only has an amazing voice, and is she a wonderful actress, but she's hilarious.
She is
Yes,
funny.
very funny.
If
naturally
now, as far as stand-up comedy goes, you could be great up there if you did setup. It's not for everybody,
Right.
But you have an amazing comic timing, and if you would write some jokes, you could go to one of these depressing open mics and make it less depressing. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I I realized many years later that there would be drama in our house, and I realized that I used comedy to protect myself from the drama, from the drama that was going on, and it wasn't all the time, but it's just something that I would do.
Sure.
And so that's why things in life, when things in life strike me as being funny, now I'm at an age where I always go, bing, and it comes out. I'll just say it. I'll just say it. So,
I get that.
and again, it's just everyday things. Now, this is a true story. I've probably told this to you before. This is a true story. I was, several years ago, was at this place in Northport, as a regular there. And one of the other regulars was at the bar, and he was British. He had a British accent. He's been living in the country for forever, but he still had the accent. And he was speaking to someone on the other side of him. And I overhear the conversation. And he's going, do you know that people think that just because you have a British accent, you are somehow more intelligent? And my brain goes, bing. And I hit him on the shoulder. And I go, hey, Bob, come on. You talk like this. What do you think you're going to think about, yeah? Come on. I mean, it was just, seriously? So, yeah, and that's how my brain works. see things, and there's one thing I passed on to a couple of people, and I'll tell them, you can use that. You can use that.
I hate when people say that to me.
Oh God, I'm going.
Here's something you can use in one of your skits.
In your little skit. Yeah,
I'm
put that
going
in your
through the
little skit.
supermarket, and I know what it's like when you're raising a child, and they're crying. Mommy's not happy. And I've had some people that they're actually annoyed. Somebody got annoyed once on the subway, not the subway, the train into the city when my daughter was young. And the guy's like, I said, what would you like me to do? Open the window and toss her out? I said, if you think I'm having a good time over here, think again. Now I'm having even a worse time because of you. So I'm going through the supermarket, and this woman has this little kid in the thing, probably a year and a half old, and the kid's crying. Ah. I go past, and my brain goes off, and I backed up, and I asked the mother, and she said, oh, yeah, so I said, oh, honey. And, of course, kids, their attention span is like this. So the kids, looking at me. And I said, I know. The prices in here make me want to cry, too. And then I just turned and walked away. The kids stopped crying. Mommy laughed. The other people standing around, they laughed. Everybody was happy.
There you go.
And I've used that several times, if I come across that, yeah, I'm going to do that.
Why not? I mean, comedy to me is one of the best things that we've been given.
And it breaks
And
tension,
anybody-
it breaks stress.
Let's be honest,
it breaks,
anybody can do comedy.
sadness.
and there are some people that have gone really far with it, and then all of a sudden they just disappear.
The thing is, it's hard. It's not only is it the writing and performing, but it's you can only get good 5 minutes at a time, and sometimes you don't have an audience, and there are other things affecting your life, and it's tough to get gigs, and also you really need to you need to know how to handle relationships. You can't do this alone. You can't do this alone. Everyone has to have mentors and following and bouncing ideas off each other. It's very, very. I'm doing it 21 years, 23 if you count 1979 and 80. That's a whole other story. I dabbled when I was when I was in my 20s.
And he was a hippie. He was kind of a hippie back then.
Yeah, well, back it was
I
hard.
find that very hard. That actually freaks me out.
Yeah. All I did in 1979 was smoke pot and eat Haagen-Dazs ice cream. And
Me too.
Yeah, but
Haagen-Dazs was around in 79.
But when you say you smoke pot, all right,
I didn't
know.
smoke pot. I did
She
heavy
hates the
drugs.
smell
Well,
of it.
anyway,
But
I had
was
trouble
not-
with the relationship.
you were a pothead. That's so funny.
Wow.
A pothead, a Frank Sinatra pothead.
A Frank Sinatra.
You were,
pothead.
yeah.
Gosh.
You were a Frank head.
There you go.
Frank head.
Like a deadhead, he was a Frank head.
But it's hard, right? It's I've thought of quitting many times over the years where things are going great.
What are we talking about? Weed or comedy?
No, we're back to comedy.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was confused
We're
there.
we're back to comedy. My hippie days are behind me. And then all of a sudden, all of a sudden there's no gigs. I had a couple of soft sets, and then it's like, this isn't for me. And all of a sudden you do a show and it clicks, and you come up with a few new things, and then out of the blue, you just start getting. It's a roller coaster.
There was a
It
while,
is.
like 10 years ago or so, when I maybe a little less than that. You were getting a lot of gigs for me. You were like mentioning my name to people and saying, "Get Benny Rizzuti to do."
Well, we were networking.
Yeah,
we were helping each other.
Yeah,
Please
and
get
we
him
did.
some gigs, because the more he's out of the house, the happier I am.
Can I tell you
I'll
something?
pay you.
You know what?
I have some other things I want to do.
When I
I'll get out of the
started
house.
in 2000 for the second time for good in 2003 on Long Island, I remember there I don't remember any walk-in open mics. It was all booked open mics,
Right.
And everybody would be on an email list, and you would do it through networking.
Right. That's how they did it.
Wow.
I remember I met this woman, Cara Amore, who's
Yeah.
actually back doing comedy. She ran a
She's
few
great,
rooms.
Cara, yeah.
And I have a friend named Jeff Goldberg who actually does a book show. I'm going to be there.
We're waving to these people.
Hi, Jeff. Jeff
Hi,
can't
Jeff.
be on the show.
I'm
because
doing a
he's busy
show
on Tuesday.
next Tuesday. I met him doing theater. We were theater friends, but he knew Cara through professional networking from being salespeople, and he said, and he knew I was doing comedy. He said, "You should contact my friend Cara. She runs a few rooms." I started doing hers, and I got to meet so many people that I'm still working with today. Then Cara told me to talk to Tom Kelly.
Right.
He remember he was the warm up for the View,
View.
and a few
Oh,
other
really?
things,
Yeah,
whatever it
yeah.
is, and this is how we all. And he gave me my first paid gig at Northport High School.
Oh, that's cool.
I remember that, and but you can't do it alone.
No.
And if you don't know how to deal with people, there's relationships. It's important.
That's why people are getting, well, the ones that are up, like Vic DiPotato, they have somebody that gets everything for them. But they're making.
You mean a manager?
Yeah, manager. That's what I was looking for. Agents, managers.
Oh, Vic has come a long way.
Yeah,
Just talk
he
about
really
the
has.
networking. Like Vic was a national headliner for a long time. He's not like he is now. And all through networking, a friend of a friend, he was going to do a show at, I think, a restaurant in Long Beach. And I was referred to open for him. And I was like, wow. And at that time for me, this is a great opportunity. He's a national headliner. I'm not in the clubs. So we set it up. And 2 nights before, he sends me a message saying, Les, sorry, but the show's canceled because, there's no audience. This is why I still drive a school bus.
Yeah.
And now he doesn't have to drive a school
That's how I
bus.
know him.
What?
That's how
That's
I
how you
met
know
him.
him.
Through the union and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
But
so,
it's all these little conversations and networking, and they all lead to the next thing.
I like doing a couple of shows a year, and I put the work in. I rehearse in open mics or other places. I rehearse and put it, but I could never do it as a living. I could never be. Oh, I'm traveling to Philly today, and I'm going and like you were saying, sometimes you have sometimes his life gets in the way.
Yeah,
so
sure.
So I'm good for a few shows a year, and doing this. I enjoy doing this. I have the greatest co-host on Long Island.
Ooh. Nice.
Oh.
So,
you want to hear comedy? You should hear us around the house. Well,
and you know where our
There
son
is.
gets it from.
really? Well, to avoid fighting with each other, we'll crack each other up like crazy, and we avoid fights that way.
no, that doesn't work because
Yes, it does.
I get that's not very funny.
well, I
That
do.
wasn't. Yeah, was that supposed to be a joke?
Well, mine are
You
much
thought that was
better.
a joke? That wasn't funny.
Well, I do say that, but mine are
They
funny.
both. And my son's like, Dad, you better take a class, Dad.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do gang up on them though.
Yeah, they gang
We
up
really
on
do.
me.
We gang
My
up
folks
on
would
And then
argue. They would do things. My mother wouldn't even realize what she was saying, and I had gone to visit them one afternoon. And they're outside on the patio and they're bickering. What's going on now? He goes, your mother. If I put something here, she's got to move it over there. She's got to move it over here. Now his long neck beer bottle was on the table. She didn't realize. She says, "Fine. Where would you like me to put this?" And my father kind of like, and I stood there and I went, "I'm out. I just laughed. I couldn't.
Funny, Ryan does that. I'm out thing
She didn't
too.
realize she's holding this long neck, but my old man was,
Ryan's like, I'll be in my
shut
room.
up your ass.
Santo's here.
What?
Santo's here. He heard you talking about. He came here.
Get out.
Oh, really?
Is it really here?
Yeah,
At
yeah.
first I thought he
saw
was
him
saying
outside.
Santa Claus is
Yeah,
here.
Santa's here, yeah.
Santa's here.
He
Really?
came to give you some cookies
Oh,
and
there
milk.
he is. He's out there.
Hey, John Santos.
We have an audience.
Woo!
There's
Look at them,
people
they're all
actually
hanging
watching.
out there. Look at it. He's going like this.
going on.
John's one of my best. Check this out. John Santo and I met on the 452 train from Manhattan to. I was working my sales job.
Right.
John was working in the city, and he lives in Massapequa. I'm in Seaford, and I would always see him on the train. We didn't sit together, but he would be rather loud on the train. All right, and and I would hear him, and he'd be funny and whatever. And then once, we would sit in like that 5-seater, and I couldn't find a seat, so I sat there, and I said, "You get to talk. I'm a comic," and.
That's how you
And
met.
now we're like great friends. We do a lot of
nice.
shows together.
That's
We're
so
playing
funny.
pickleball on Friday night.
Oh, wow.
In Belmore.
And you go to
so,
Mets games together.
We go to Mets games together. And,
I know what's going on.
So,
I pay attention.
So you know defeat.
Yeah, you know defeat.
all networking.
All networking.
What does that mean?
Hey, come on.
me
What
Hurry
does
up.
that mean? 3 minutes and 8
That's
seconds.
all we
That
have
means
left.
that's all we have
That
left.
means you got to talk faster.
That means you have
So
to.
that means you're gonna have to go into your closers soon.
You got to talk faster.
That means you got to
Talk
think of
faster.
something to talk about.
All right, Anita, you have. Let's hear about your gigs that are coming up right now.
Right
Yeah.
now, okay. I have to look on my phone because my
That's
brain
okay.
is like, forget about it.
You're a senior citizen.
Listen, trust me, I'm lucky I can remember anything anymore.
Well, besides the retirement village people, all right. So this Friday, the 14th, I'm going to be at Sergio's. That's me over there, and the other gal, she's gonna be doing-
Sergio's is fantastic.
Who
Great
is she?
food.
Who's the other girl?
I just started working with her. I know her first name is Moore, but she does a little bit of everything. She's right. So she's going to be singing and doing like some disco stuff, and I'll be doing Barbara. And then,
And then on
the
the
following Saturday, the 29th, I'm going to be at Sergio's.
That's
with
a
Sinatra.
Thursday.
And then the 20th,
Thursday.
the Thursday, I'll be at this Il Bacetto, lovely little cozy mom and pop restaurant right off of Jerusalem Avenue in
Okay.
Massapequa. And maybe it's considered Seaford over
Yeah,
there.
Seaford.
I think, yeah, it's considered Seaford. And so I'll be singing there on Thursday, the 20th, over there. Yeah.
Great.
So that's, yeah. You
And
know,
Les,
then
what do
little
you have?
senior things
Well,
and all.
let's see. First of all, you can go to my website, lesdegen.com, lesdegen.com.
And you have this show.
I do 2 or 3 assisted living nursing home music shows. Check them out if you have a friend or a relative that's rehabbing or residing. I'd love to see it, one of them. As mentioned, Saturday night I'm at the Sunny Atlantic Beach Club in Atlantic Beach. Following Tuesday, a Shore House Bar and Grill in Long Beach on a Jeff show. The other one is John Viterra's Aragonas. Saturday night with Anita. And then we have the Retirement Village people
I
shows
didn't
coming.
mention my website though either.
Oh,
Sorry,
well,
I didn't even
do
think
it.
of that.
Go ahead. There's only
Anita-
you only have
Anita
47
Starlight.
seconds. Spit it out.
AnitaStarlight.com, and it's LITE, not LIGHT. It's Starlight,
Light,
LITE.
Lite.
Yeah.
Okay. And you can also go to my page and find anything or ask me a
Not even
question.
mention it.
Yeah.
I'll have all their shows posted on my page and every other page and group page.
And don't
that
forget
I
to
have.
contact me on Facebook about the Gagootz Show video contest.
Oh, yeah.
Starting Gagootz Show video contest.
Yeah.
2 minutes or less.
Goes to
That's
him. Him, not
2
me.
minutes.
Betty's going to be starting a depressing open mic in the near future. Watch for the big announcement.
There you go.
That's right,
There
yeah.
you go.
Yeah,
Yes.
I am.
Watch it.
Oh my
It's
God.
going to be
Thank you, guys.
depressing because they're going to tell them you suck. You shouldn't be
Oldest
doing
living
comedy.
micer on
Take
Long
care,
Island.
everybody. Thank you for watching.
Special show, next show on the 25th of Tuesday, the 25th, I think it is. Yes, where we're going to have See You Next Tuesday girls on.
Yeah, the See You Next Tuesday, girls. So we'll see you in 2 Tuesdays.
All right.
You do.